Hello everyone, I'm Silverraptor and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since the last one. I apologize on that. I've been doing stuff. You don't need to know it. Anyways, I have been playing some Wargame here and there. And I've been trying to get videos, but no games that I do are exciting enough. I don't want to do a game that's somewhat boring, me stomping down, me getting stomped, or, not really any exciting gameplay or any moments. So it wasn't until about this game that I finally had something that I was proud of showing. So I figured I'd share it and get this started. It's 3v3. I think the map name is Tropic Thunder. I could be wrong on that. It has been quite a while since I don't remember all the names of all the maps anymore, so let's get back into the swing of things. As for the deck I'm using, it is a Baltic deck, a Baltic General deck, that a friend of mine who recently got the game, which, renewed my interest into making these videos, he wanted help on making, and I didn't have a Baltic deck, so we sat down and we created it together. And even though he made the deck for him, I just kind of took it and played it a little bit. It has been a little bit changed since this game. I noticed some shortcomings in the deck, so I fixed it. So maybe in a future video, actually, yeah, I'll do that. Next video that I post will be a deck creations video on this deck, and I can showcase it off how I built a Baltic deck. But anyways, we're getting ready. I have a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to go into Foxtrot, and that's because a lot of my vehicles are wheeled, so they're going to be really fast down this road. Going all the way into Foxtrot and trying to capture that out. Looks like we have a red dragon player, I think. He has China and North Korea, and I think we have a Polish player or a general red deck. I think this is Polish. I'll be able to check once the match actually starts. So yeah, I'm going to be securing India and then rolling right into Foxtrot is my game plan. As we set up our stuff, and let's just try to speed this up a bit to get this rolling. And yeah, come on, get it started. There we go. Okay. So let's see. We've got some artillery. Yeah, it looks like a Polish general, or a Polish deck, a Red Dragon deck, and I have a Baltic deck. That is, of course, Finland and Poland. And I'm running down. Basically, all this wheeled stuff is to get there quickly. I have an XA-180. He's going to go and take the forest here, as the rest of my stuff is going to move forward in these XA-180. This one, XA-185 Cricks. They have a nice autocannon. They're basically the LAV, but they're able to carry infantry. And then I could see that they're dropping some Panthers in here. And I was just like, I only saw two, so I figured I might be able to do it. And I failed to notice that all this stuff is here. I figured it was all going to go to Elena, but boy, was I wrong on that. So I got a Super Puma over here. These are going to be dropping off the Erics. The recon squad, that is basically the SAS version of the Finnish, which are completely overpowered. Looks like some BTR-60s have evaded out some Milan missiles, so that's what the Panthers dropped off. And again, they missed again. Immediately, my XA-185 are getting out onto the field. I also have now suddenly inherited a whole bunch of stuff that's not mine, because Elvis left the game literally at the very beginning. I have no idea why. I immediately unloaded all my stuff, and we managed to kill one of the Milan squads. And more Milans are coming in, and here comes a bunch of Fabs, and infantry are coming in. I'm trying to get across the Fabs. Two have autocannons, so it's going to be a heavy skirmish. I pretty much, yeah, my infantry are going to get chewed up before they can actually get into the building. They should just stop the ATGM so that they could fire their ATGM to kill them. In the meanwhile, we have Legion 90s with their napalm trying to hold off infantry as best they can. I didn't even notice I had this at this point. I was so focused on losing my stuff here. and noticing that I am indeed losing everything, just trying to get them into the buildings or something. But yep, it gets cut down pretty heavily, and I think it was at this point that I started realizing that I had all this stuff, and so I had to multitask and get all this new stuff that I have repositioned and everything. Promet is going to be engaging the SAS, as well as a P-55AM Meridia, and I thought it was a little more quicker on the reaction time than that. Looks like we have band tanks are firing their missiles, taking out some vehicles that they can get a hold on. And I did move the Zaporiska Meridia up, so I am moving infantry around now. They are smoking this out from all the vehicles to try to stop me from pushing forward with that stuff. But it is not working out as they hoped, as I'm just going to circumvent the smoke by just moving my vehicles and infantry around it. I've got some more Sturmurzi. I'm glad the guy did have some Sturmurzi because these are actually pretty good napalm because they're shock trained. They're able to really rip apart infantry in towns. They have all of these vehicles here, but the Scott 2AM has its own heavy machine gun that's able to do damage to there. Moving up my Province as well, and I think I should be moving the T-55. Oh, I moved it over here to help engage whatever it was over on this part. And at this point, I'm just trying to cut off and make sure that they don't try to push across the river on the left side, but also trying to use what troops I have to push forward. So we have a bunch of M13s, and these are the Anzacs. They don't even have a Browning, they're just a regular machine gun. Looks like B5 is being called in to exterminate all of them. That will certainly do the job. Kaboom! It's gone. My recon squad is a little bit stunned, but it's going to be moving up. They've moved up their own napalm infantry themselves. They managed to take out the Sturmurzi there. But if I can get my vehicle forward, then we can definitely hold off their forces. They have Pumas moving up. I have a Grom who is not... Oh, he is in the building. Okay, I thought this was an infantry for a second. Sorry about that. So the assault pioneers are not actually engaging with their napalm. They're just out of range of their napalm because there's so much napalm in between they can't go into any closer building. So the Yakude actually have a little bit of an advantage firing at the assault pioneers with 2 guns and elite training 50-man squads. But then they start getting heavily rained upon by mortars. There's 12 mortars that they have that are just going to constantly rain artillery down on top of us. I'm moving all the Scots and the Province over here. This is so that they can have a good fight, basically do what they were trying to do earlier with their 5-point Anzac trucks. I also have the recon squad here so they can spot anything trying to come across. And the Meridia is going over here. They are dropping mortars, but I saw that they were doing that, so I was able to move my vehicles out of the way. It was only the recon squad that took the majority of it. Moving up the Scots to basically do whatever damage they can, and more artillery, more rockets are being brought in. I have this Rocket 91, which is going to play a pivotal role throughout the game. It's going to be a very good truck to have, and it looks like I even forgot some infantry, which will help later on. I even have some infantry back here that I still haven't noticed that I have. I'm moving up an Mi-8 KT. To help try to clear out these assault pioneers with its fast-firing autocannon and rocket pods. They do move up an SAS squad. They do fire, but instantly the rockets were able to kill it before the second stinger could be fired. Did take a direct hit, but survived that SAS squad, and it looks like we're just 2 versus 3. And we are a bit in the lead, so we just need to kick them out. If we can get this river, then we can consolidate our position and begin our planning on pushing forward against the enemy. Now, there's artillery going on this spawn gate too, so they must have saw it some way. You gotta be careful with the stuff that I have here, which I still haven't noticed yet, apparently. BM-24 looks like he's going to try to napalm this area here as well. Yakude are engaging with their sniper rifle, forcing them to go back into hiding. And that's it so far. I have a couple of Wilks here that I put up as a screen defense in case they try to push across the river here. They should serve their purpose pretty well. Wilks are a pretty good, solid medium tank. with their 50 front armor and 18 AP power. They're just solid. A good medium tank. So looks like I finally did notice that I have stuff here. I'm going to leave this next to the. I guess I just leave this here just to cover the supply trucks. They're not that good with their Strela 3s and their gun, but I mean, I did pick them, so it's whatever Elvis, who left the game, did with them. More artillery, take out my Scots, so all that's left is my recon squad, which is really the only one I wanted to be left alive so that he can spot anything that's trying to come forward. BTR 50s are coming in with Yakaris. I don't know if they're Yakari 90s or just plain Yakaris. But they're pretty good. Very cheap infantry, the best cheap infantry I think you can get in this game because DLC is balanced like that. BWP2s, which are basically BMPs, they're all right. They brought in some Bakotas masks. They're line infantry. I could get them up. Yep, Yakari 90s. Going to be 10 points for all of this stats. Just really solid. The only thing they don't have is close quarters combat, but I'm going to be using that to push the enemy forces forward. A lot of recon going in. Looks like my Conkers have been killing a lot of stuff. Managed to get the Conkers back into this last building. He is panicked, so his missile's not going to be on point, but this one is calm. Misses. So the calm guy misses. And the panic guy misses at the last second. I was about to say, of course it would be Wargame if the calm guy misses and the panic guy hits, but the calm guy does get the kill. And I am firing with my Raka 91, trying to get those mortar pieces that just rained down on top of us. And it's just going to be basically a constant rain of artillery this game. They started it, and I would escalate it to the issue. Now, one thing that did help me was these artillery pieces, these Gazdigs. They're an okay artillery piece, not the most accurate, but they're artillery nonetheless. And they were able to help me try to counter their mortar pieces as well. And I was getting a lot of use out of them, so that led me to really value a little bit of change in my deck, because without these and the Raka, I could not get through their artillery wall. I had to dismantle that artillery wall piece by piece. So the Bakokas mechs have moved up. They're going to be the line. I have the Akari 90s back here, kind of like in the reserve position, so I can rush them forward if needed. And I've got the Zops coming in for the Conkers. A B5 came in, tried to clear out this town a bit. Did get quite a bit killed, but we lost a B5, so that was unfortunate. And as you can see, I have been massing infantry. I've been spending my points. I've been throwing it all into these forests ready, and I'm going to be able to push into Fedor later down the line. And it's just kind of, it has evolved into an artillery brawl. Their artillery has countered and taken out one of my Gazdigs that I inherited, so I am trying to move the other one. He's panicked. He's not firing anytime soon and being any reasonable degree of accurate at all. Fabeo is coming out, but unless they have their radar on, which is unlikely, it's not going to see it. And nope, they see that the Roland 3 is still on, so he was able to get that. So always turn off your radar AA, kids. Bind it to control group, and then you can quickly turn it on and off as needed. He's saying defense. Oh, I say defense here. His BM-24, they're a little too close and in spot of the enemy, and I didn't want any Conkers to hit them, so he turns around, gets them back on the road, and drives back the other way. Another B5 comes in, this time without the Roland 3. My Eric's shot down that helicopter. What helicopter was it? A Gazelle. And then we have another Kaboom, killing off some more stuff in that town, which is softening it all up. Elena was lost. Oh, that's because I'm just moving the... I'm moving the vehicle to hide behind this building. Believe it or not, that actually helps. So they have to engage it from either this angle or this angle, or have infantry actually in this complex to be able to find this WD-43. It's a little bit more protective than if just staying out here in this field that said, hey, anyone want to find me? So, yeah, just a little bit reorganizing there. BM-24s are going to be then dropping off. Oh, I thought these were the napalm variant. No, they're just a high explosive. And he's just firing right next to my CV, I might add. But it's fine. I don't think they actually retaliated against them in that way. And HQ-7 was spotted because he's getting artillery here. Hope he survives that. And yeah, it's just evolved into a little bit of I'm trying to stabilize the area. These guys got into a bit of an engagement. The Meridia managed to get there with the BT-50s as anti-infantry support, so infantry don't get close. But yeah, I keep massing more and more infantry, as you can see, and I even are bringing in a mortar as well. Mi-8 KT is moving up. So, yeah, these Mi-8 KTs, very good. Bushmaster autocannon, just move fast, can drop off my Yakari 90s quickly into battle. Got the Musti on carrying my AA squad. Mainly, I can't get it selected because it's moving too fast. Let's see if I can find any others. Yeah, the Musti on my AA squad. I figured to put the vehicle that can cover the weaknesses of the infantry. In this case, this can target vehicles and infantry, whereas the infantry here can target AA. And then I believe I have a... I don't see any of them here, but I have the grenade launcher with my ATGM squad to be able to cover that. Conkers are again being artillery due to the fact that apparently they're very annoying to the enemy. And as you can see, the 12 mortars came up and started smoking this out. It kind of clued us in that there's going to be a push here. So I believe that a response from me is going to be associated if they start trying to cross the bridge here. Fabeo comes again and finds another Roland 3 who does not have his radar turned off. And yet another Roland 3 without his radar turned off. So enemy's not turning off their radar very well. But the Fabeo was shot down by the SAS. B5 is going to be coming up and then gets probably shot down by a multitude of missiles as well. But it did kill a lot of stuff, but that B5 is no longer in the picture. Panzer comes in and takes out the cargo trucks that were going over there, but now we're beginning to push. And I started off with my mortars constantly smoking. My Raka is fired its rockets, and the artillery is also coming in as well. This has now softened up the enemy quite well as all of my vehicles are moving forward. They're probably going to be realizing that, oh, they're under attack. I'm even moving up my Nuas as well, so that they can provide radar AA as well. Rivas are encountered as I instantly unload. Yakari 90s, you can't fire their machine gun in the building, so I am just unloading to attack moving forward. Panzers are moving up. Nuas fire and are able to take out the Panzers. The barrage is coming in, to which my Nuas also take that out, so it does get his bombs off. This is going to hurt. And did do quite a bit of damage, but my KTs and Musti are just moving forward, just overwhelming the Rimas, making sure that the Rimas can't fire back. Even though they do have 20 rounds per minute with autocannons and everything. And they're beginning their massive mortar push of rain to try to stop me. And they also have a bunch of autocannons, AMX and BAB T20s are here. That's a little bit unfortunate. ATGM is going forward and hits one of my Nuas, which I guess I'm not paying attention to. The Faggots are helping me out with the APCs right here, taking them out, and I lost both Nuas due to inattentiveness. Again, I definitely depreciated in skill. I have to get a bunch of it back, and now so I just moved forward my KTs to engage these autocannons directly, as they managed to clear that out. And it seemed to be a successful engagement, but they're just going to constantly keep mortaring my units here as another mortar rain comes in. Yakari 90s come in. There seems to be some left. I do have Panzer Yakaris. These are close quarter combat shock trained. These are definitely town fighters. So I get them into the town. They do take a bit of hits, but I'm just consolidating. And as you can see, it's been forecast explosive a heavy metal explosive rain has been forecasted in this field. Here comes some freedom fighters again as well. SU-27 SK fired a missile but misses a freedom fighter. As the BM-24 are targeting the mortars, but they are pretty wide dispersion. Doesn't do very much here. But it does stun them up a bit. So I'm constantly attacking over here, or they're constantly artillerying. They're constantly mortaring. We're trying to counter artillery their mortars. And here comes another rain cloud of explosive mortars. Ito moves up, finds the Alouette, and fires its Igloo, takes it out one shot. Perfect. And they're even firing artillery here, so as I begin to counter artillery the guy. I bring in an Avia, which is basically a mini B5. It's a little bit smaller radius, but still pretty big. And I kill a bunch of infantry here into this town. So it's just these Rimas here that are holding off our forces. I'm trying to keep all of my infantry alive here, but they're still all panicked because of the constant mortars and the freedom fighters with their 500 kilogram bombs are coming in. Ito fires but misses. And the Pongay 2s fire. That one's out of the missile. Second Pongay 2 fires, hits and kills the freedom fighter, so we don't have to worry about those bombs. I don't think he managed to drop off the bombs, but it's just constant mortaring. Constant mortaring. As you probably noticed, this is destruction. We're a little bit even, but I just want Fedor. I want to push him out. Fedor is key to get the points and everything. And again, more of the mortars are firing. My Raka should be reloaded and ready. And I think I'm bringing the other Raka 91 because I'm going to need more rockets to try to kill these things. Mortars come in and they're mortaring where my Yakari 90s were last seen. And my Yakari 90s were able to bunker up enough that the mortars didn't really hit them. So that was good. And now, time to bring in some emergency reinforcements and more Yakari 90s, because when in doubt, spam Yakari 90s. And here comes another Raka 91 squad that I have, dropping in, as well as the BM-24. And we're again just trying to find those damn mortars. And I got one with the huge HE rocket. Just got to clear out the enemy forces here. And got another mortar, which like they were trying to run away. Yeah, they're trying to run away outside of it. So we're slowly but surely whittling away the rain cloud of death that they have. We've got some infantry moving in over here that clues me in that I definitely needed more of those reinforcements. And it looks like I'm getting some Moosties. That means I have the ATGM squads with the spike missiles going to be coming in as well. They have artillery going for my T-55. Or the BTR-50, so I guess they spotted it with some infantry or something that died there. There's a lot to cover. It's a long field map, especially all of these mortars which are gearing up. It looks like they're preparing to fire another round again, and instantly my Raka is starting to acquire them. Again, they're just trying to mortar this town into oblivion, trying to kill everything and everyone inside here. And when they're in buildings like this, it doesn't look like they're doing all that much. It's just keeping my stuff all panicked and everything. But it's not enough to do anything. But these artillery is enough to do something. And here comes my rocket barrage, which is going to be right on target. He sees it a little too late, as my rockets are going to be coming in. Nice, good shot landed there. Continue to drop these rockets. Got one. Got more. Yay! Less artillery. But they did survive, but they're pretty heavily damaged at this point. I'm moving some Wilks across because I am going to be doing a push. And I'm actually trying to get them at the very edge so that they're outside of RPG range that the enemy could have. But they do have 4 HE power, so I want them in a position to support my infantry, my Panther Yakari, as they were moving up. And you can see the Rima 85s did take a direct hit from the Wilks. The Wilks are able to actually see between the buildings and are able to hit the Rimas across here. There's a big gap here that allows them to see them through there. My Panther Yakaris did die because there were a lot more Rimas, but it did allow my Wilks to be able to soften them up quite a bit. As you can see, they are shaken and they're all about half health, and now my Yakari 90s are starting to begin push. He's saying goodbye. Looks like he has more BM 24. They're going to be launching all of their high explosive rockets against the infantry. And it looks like more artillery is being landed on my Panzer Yakaris here. But I'm moving up my KTs to reveal the Rimas. And hopefully my Wilks are now taking the brunt of the artillery fire, but they're heavily armored. They'll be able to survive that pretty well. My KT, I'm moving up the X85s to draw the fire of the Rimas so that the ones with infantry can get up closer. I managed to unload, and so that the Rimas weren't, before the Rimas were able to hit. Panzer Yakaris are able to open up as well in these X185 KTs, and I'm just going to be unloading all of these close quarters combat because I need close quarter combat machine gun in order to clear out these buildings. In addition, I moved up the spike missile. It's going to be firing at the chieftain. It missed that time, but definitely going to need help. And again, another barrage of BM-24. We bring our own cloud of death. A barrage comes in with 400 kilogram bomb. Managed to shoot it down with the Pong K2, the AA. As we got more autocannon stuff dead. Again, they're bringing more artillery, so it's just a huge town fight over here. Dropping mortars where our infantry are, but my Panzer Yakari squad managed to get it mostly unscathed. The other one took the heavy brunt of the fighting, and here comes another one to back it up. Managed to walk through just as the rain ended, so that they're able to get across just fine. Panzer Yakari 90s are moving up. They're going to be trying to take out the armored APCs, and they also see the command vehicle as well. Sandwiching themselves between the Rima. I see that they're trying to make a run for it with their CV. So my Panzer Yakari should be going up to take it out. No, it's just the XA-185 KT manages to take out the CV as well. Rima 85 takes one of them out as they are engaging with their autocannons at close range, stunning them up, and the entire town is mine with sheer amount of infantry and a little bit of Wilk fire support. And my ally with all of his artillery as well. They're bringing up some ferric NTAC, which was an interesting choice. They're not good. So yeah, we're able to take them out pretty quickly, especially with this spike. I'm even moving up some XA-185 KTs with their autocannons to be able to shoot at the ferrics. The fact that they have so many ferrics means that they can throw a cloud of missiles at us. Again, they're dropping more artillery at us over here. Looks like they're trying to target... what are they targeting? Oh, these BM-24s who just finished firing and immediately moved. Yeah, once you fire your artillery, immediately move it in order to keep it alive. It looks like I just moved the... I don't know what happened to my... oh, they're moving back to repair and refresh. And yeah, this PSD OHJ-94 with its spike missile is just taking out the NTACs. I think I even managed to get a couple of mortars with this before the mortars got out of range. So I'm just clearing up these. They're just free points. Might as well indulge. And one more spike missile, one more ferret dead. And they've actually gotten to elite status due to the amount of stuff that they've killed. And they're all one missile left. So yeah. Got a T-90 and a T-85 is under artillery fire here. And again, they're concentrating all of their mortars to barrage whatever they can. This is definitely a mortar team. But I've studied these mortars for a long time, and I'm beginning to fire with one of my Rakas, 91s. Again, they stay too long. Here's a forecast of rain depth. It looks like my ally also is bringing his heavy explosive, and it looks like we just cleared up all of those mortars right there with a huge amount of rocket artillery. And cleaning up the ferret too for good measure. So, they started it, and we're finishing it. They're doing mortars, we brought rocket artillery. It's just a forecast of death. So now it's time to consolidate, capture Fedor. I'm going to be bringing up a CV, infantry CV over here at MI-17. Redistributing all of my infantry. They are pretty heavily damaged, but I'm trying to get them organized in case they try to push. Again, they bring in some ferrets, which I guess they're trying to counter the KTs, but it's not really that good to counter the KT, especially when I have got Wilks who can fire and at the ferrets. Now here's like all the ferrets are just a cloud of missiles coming in. 2 hits, and they did do quite a bit of damage to the Wilk. I'm actually surprised. But as you can see, they're all missing. And they only have 2 shots each before they have this long reload. So, yeah, this is 60 points. And they're just being ripped apart by the Wilks, which are 85 points. Just one by one. So this one is pretty damaged after taking 2 missiles. So I guess those missiles are, they are 20 AP, but they're just so inaccurate. Green Jacket revealed itself, getting caught by the machine gun. But my, looks like I also brought in another spike missile to help take out the ferret. But that misses. Wilks are starting to run a little low on ammo, so I am starting to retreat them back. As I can also see that the ferrets are just getting close to reload. Alouette gets a little too close to my Ito 86, which shoots it down promptly. And I'm bringing in my Mi-17, but I am a little nervous that they might have some anti-air. And so just to be on the safe side, I decided to just drop off the infantry over here in this field, and then I can walk it into a building later. Bringing up some supply because these spikes are out of missiles, and they do have a bunch of Pumas. And we have secured Fedor, which will allow us to have more points to kill them with. A couple of new ones I managed to bring in. Normally go for the armored variant, the tracked variant, because it has some armor and such. But I brought these guys into this deck because most of the deck is wheeled, so I wanted these new ones to be able to keep up with their fast on-road speed with the rest of my wheeled vehicles, these KTs on the road. So it's just a conscious choice. Whatever playstyle works. So I'm beginning another Raka 91 barrage. I believe I'm going for actually their artillery that was constantly coming, and yeah, looks like it is. It fired right there. As my Rakas are beginning the range, they're quite inaccurate at this range. So as you can see, they're just landing all over when the artillery is right here. One hit happened, and one of the artillery pieces did indeed get killed. That will reduce the pressure, and I'm also firing with that artillery piece as well to try to see if I can take out the enemy. But again, it's also pretty inaccurate with its artillery shell. As you can see, went right here and here. So at long range, that artillery is very unlikely to kill stuff. But again, I'm just bringing stuff forward. I'm bringing up some Nuas right here into this backline so that they can keep any airplanes at bay. AMX-10 RCs are dead by this T-90 and the T-85. Basically the best that Red Dragon have in terms of the tank department, as more artillery is coming in onto this forest. T-90 is taking quite a beating, so he's definitely going to need to heal. My Star 226s are already out of supply, basically probably repairing all that these Wilks and such. I'm bringing in some ROMs and a bunch of Wilks because I'm going to be getting another push. The ROMs are actually, I didn't give them enough credit when I first played this game. That 7 HE power I discovered with the critical hit, it actually can one-shot planes if it gets a critical hit. So it's actually pretty good. It's pretty fast, and it's fairly cheap. So it basically does the role of the Nuas, I think. Yeah, the Nuas have 9 HE. A crit is going to kill the enemy. The only difference is that a Nua will stun the plane, but the ROM will not if it scores a hit but doesn't kill it. But still, it's a good helicopter killer. Basically, the range that a helicopter would engage with is ATGM. This thing can engage it. It also can engage airplanes reasonably well. Pretty accurate, and has a chance to one-shot. So, and it's wheeled, so I figured that would be perfect with my rest of my wheeled stuff. The Wilks, however, are just solid. They're going to be for my armored tank thrust. The wheeled is to get something into position quickly, consolidate, hold down, and then the Wilks will help blast out through the enemy line. The Puma's moving forward. Ito 86 and the Erics managed to shoot that down. They keep, I guess, throwing away Pumas as a scout a bit. More artillery's coming in. This poor T-90S is just constantly in this rain. His His umbrella just fails him every time he opens it up. He needs to buy a new umbrella. So sad. More ferrets are coming in. I have no idea what they're trying to accomplish, but my spikes are coming in. The electric voodoo comes in, but my radar is turned off, so the Ito 86s are what shoots it down. So no more voodoo on their part. And the ferrets are firing at my, well, they got a vehicle. They got a KT, yeah, they got a KT, 15 points, so they killed something that cost the same points as them at the cost of all of them. So they're not being very points efficient with these ferrets. So again, my ROMs are finally getting into the front line. My books are still taking a while to get up. And it's just more artillery. This was definitely an artillery-heavy game. I moved this guy up pretty close to try to limit that dispersion down a bit so I can get it to be more accurate. Looks like they've got some M113 Canadian 5-point trucks with their Browning machine guns. And it looks like they might be gearing up to do a push here. I did move up one of the Yakari 90s into these forests. I think to have forgotten about these guys, but such is a lot. And I forgot these Zops, these Conquerors, are out of supply. And yep, I'm moving my Yakari 90s into this building as a way to head off. I want to keep them from getting into the building so that they can engage with their light machine guns as long as possible. But they are starting to fall back with their 5-point trucks again. Looks like my Rakas are again firing, and they've almost drained my... Actually, they have drained my FOB, but I do have a second one from the other guy who appeared. And it looks like I killed yet another artillery piece with that 70-point and 120-point thing right here. So I've been on the spot just watching. The moment I see whenever anything fires, I instantly open up with my Rakas trying to kill it. And now I see the FOB, but that's only because the replay started on neutral view, so it showed me where their FOBs were. In the actual game, I had no idea where these FOBs were. Just a little bit of a graphical glitch. And my artillery is also opening up and firing, trying to, if they're still alive there, ready to go. So my Wilks are pretty much in position. My AA net is also in position with the Nuas and the ROMs, and it looks like I am going to be getting my push. Forgot to unload those guys. My bad. I also have some mortars here ready to smoke out if necessary, and I'm going to bring in a lot of BTR 50s. I think with regular Yakaris. And I've also been converted. I'm bringing up the DSUs. But first, I loaded the Wilk at the start, but that revealed where all their ATGMs are. Their Mephistos are there. One Mephisto dead. The 2 tanks here were dead. And as you can see, 12 Wilks is just completely overwhelming the enemy response to this. And their heavily armored is managing to keep them alive as well. So I clearly have taken them from surprise. I'm also moving up all of my AA, all off, by the way, all on a quick control group in order to respond, as well as the other 2 Wilks at the start of the game are also going to be moving up to try to engage the enemy. A Leclerc is going to be engaging my ROM, and I wanted to try to take that out, and then my ROMs are being taken out, unfortunately, for free, as the Wilks are not going to be able to do enough, but they are bringing in the Mirage. ROM is opening up. I guess I forgot to turn on the NUA. Missed both those times. And the Voodoo does take out the ROM and fired at another radar AA, but that didn't get taken out. I bring in my MiG-29. I didn't realize the MiG-29 at this point doesn't evac Winchester, so I think I'm going to lose it for free. It's at least baiting out all the AA. So yeah, I did lose it due to the distraction. My NUA does take out the Tiger, managed to turn it on in time, as these 2 Wilks are the only thing that's going to try to keep the enemy at force at bay. I see a bunch of Canadian rifles, and I am worried because my Wilks have taken quite a beating from Cluster. They're basically at 1 hit left. And yeah, these riflemen can kill them with their 16 AP power laws, but as hero of the day, Mijuki moves forward with his T90S and his ZTZ 85-3. And he looks like he brings in or I bring in an Avia. I think it's my Avia 28. Comes in. Yep, and just says nope to those rifle squad as Mijuki moves across. And my Wilks are just basically trying to cover the make sure those Canadian riflemen don't come in. And my Wilks are pretty badly damaged, and I just need to get them out of there. My push did a lot, but they managed to respond pretty vigorously. So I am starting to begin to mortar. I think I'm going to be either HE or smoking. And their 5-point trucks are moving across. Oh, so I am HE back here with where I think with enemy forces. The 5-point trucks reveal themselves for the Wilks. So they now know where my Wilks are. But, I mean, these 5-point trucks can't actually take them out. They're good for spotting the enemy forces, but it's to get them to reveal where they are for the Milan. But there's not really a good angle for them to take it out. And these folks are just constant artillery. Well, time to counter artillery with my Rakas again. Let's see if I get anything. And does not look like I get any artillery this time. Unfortunate. They are bringing a couple of airplanes out again. Looks like I'm finally out of radar AA as the mirages come in to bomb. My Wilks are moving up. They're all on 1 health. 4 Wilks on 1 health, trying to make a break for it back to the lines. These Wilks are now retreating. The sheer amount of firepower they fired really did a number. But all of my stuff is coming down the road, and I have these things. I've been converted. I used to hate these things. Because they just fired in short bursts and then take a long time to reload, and they don't quite kill a helicopter, but with enough of them I've been told that they actually do something, and they also do provide some cheap fire support. So I just brought them in with my Yakari 90s and these BTR 50s so that I could basically try to take out the enemy forces. My Wilks are retreating across. They're trying to get back to their home base, hopefully to repair. Got a bunch of rocket pods coming in on these MD500 S5s brought in by Mizuki. Trying to clear off that tree line, and my Wilks immediately go, oh, hey, wait, if you're going to clear that out, let's move forward on 1 health. I don't know if I noticed that they were on 1 health at this point, but they're still doing their job and kicking. And I stopped some VSUs because I noticed an HQ squad in order for Mizuki to clear it up. And here are some infantry. I decided to unload some Yakaris and say, you know what, let's just capture these buildings while we're at it. So they revealed this, and I stopped the CSU so that they can fire with their guns. Able to try to take out these assault pioneers, which are pretty good before we get God, words. Why do words fail me? But anyways, to kill the assault pioneers before they can engage their napalm. There we go. That's the words I wanted. So I get all my stuff here, and apparently there's this little blip here that the vehicles can come up, and they're moving their VABs with their autocannons up. DSUs are crossing, and they're actually engaging. These guys over here are engaging the enemy, be able to soften them up. Yakari 90s are unloaded. They're going to be trying to engage the enemy force as well. And they're basically trying to cut this off at the ridge, which is a pretty good strategy. But my DSUs are providing good fire support here, especially these 4 stack here. I lost all the DSUs on the front, and I am amazed that they did have 5 armor. So they actually survived a lot longer than I expected. Yakari 90s are coming up. DSUs are coming. Mirages are dropping their bombs over on my stuff here. Cluster munitions, it looks like, so that takes out the DSUs. Unfortunately, I think they are not armored on the top. No, they're not, so that cluster took them out pretty big. Avia got stunned by the Raphael before it could drop off its bombs. That was unfortunate. So these Yakaris are just now engaging the Rimas and the Vavs as best they can. And we managed to kill just enough stuff for a minor victory for the 8,000 point limit kill. So yeah, a 2v3. As you can see, I got 5,100 kills to 3,840 losses, and I also inherited a bunch of Elvis's troops that I didn't realize halfway through. So, some successes, some losses, but I was pretty happy with this game of everything that I could do. KT killed a bunch of stuff. As you can see, these KTs, you see a lot of them as you can kill. The Conquerors that I inherited did do quite a bit at holding off the enemy from that center town so that they couldn't cross. Scott AM actually got a couple of kills himself, probably with the machine gun. Another Conquerors, Eric's appeared. And these MiG-29 1913s, when these are bring them in at elite, they fire both their missiles, immediately evac them. Don't be a dumb like me and forget to evac it. But they double tap vehicles pretty good. The Raka 91 got quite a bit of kills and even killed a Seether. Nicely done. A lot of KTs are on this kill board. As you can see, they're just really good. Raka got a couple of M125s. I think that's an artillery piece as well. Wilkes. These are the two Wilkes, killing lots of the ferrets and Canadian rifle, even a couple of Rimas at that start. Yeah, this ATGM killing a lot of stuff here. Killing the enemy at range is basically the name of the game. And then this Wilk push, just killing everything. The AMX-40s, the AMX-10P Milans, anything that has a pulse, the Wilkes killed it. Sierra 30 killing that Leclerc on the left that was killing all of my radar AA. Nuwa killing the Tiger Had, which I think is a net positive. No, it's not. It's just short 20 points in terms of how much each cost. MiG-19 killed another Mirage. These guys are starting to kill a lot of stuff. So yeah, a lot of spammy stuff. But it's a solid deck. Moves fast. Allows you to consolidate a position and push out from it. Again, Finland, a little bit overpowered, but it was a good game. So I do hope you all enjoyed that. Sorry to get back into making videos again. I'll try to get more Wargame, but only the games that you would enjoy seeing. Yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Next video, which should be posted soon, will be me showcasing the deck in a deck creations video, and yeah, we'll see about going from there, maybe making new decks or whatever. Let me know what you think in the comments below of type of Wargame content you want me to get back to be making, and I will see you all in the next video. So thank you so much for watching.